Hey everyone, this is my Peeps. Obviously, y'all already know about me from the introduction video. One thing that I did think of that I didn't mention in the intro video is that I'm the oldest of four kids. I have a sister who's 19 and then two brothers who are 15 and 8. And that is something to me that's really important to my background. It is a big part of the reason that I love kids so much, that I want to be a teacher. In particular, with my 8-year-old brother, I was in seventh grade when he was born. So I really helped raise him, watched him grow up, and being a part of a big family has just been something that's really important to me and a big part of my background. So, coming over to my mom's side of the family, Stephanie, she is full German. She was born here, but she was the first one in her family to be born in the United States. So, she is fluent in both English and German, which is something that I never picked up. I can say a few words of German, but that's it. I'm definitely nowhere near fluent, but she still is. Still communicates with her family some in German. And she was born in Maryland, went to James Madison, and she is also a teacher and definitely has been one of the biggest influences on me in terms of me wanting to become a teacher. We are very, very, very similar. I got a lot of her genes. We just kind of get on the same path. So we're very similar. Got a lot of stuff from her side of the family. And then coming over to her parents, both of them were born in Germany um, right around World War II. So I want to say, came to America. I think they were both about 25 years old, maybe like 20 and 25, something like that. And they actually had to escape over here during World War II. They both came separately, but ended up getting married once they got over here. They kind of knew each other and then got married over here. So they were the first, obviously, first immigrants from their family. Pretty much the only ones from them down to come here. Everybody else behind them in the family tree is still in Germany. So they are pretty much the only ones that came over to America. And then if you go back to my great grandparents, these I had to talk to my mom about because didn't really know so much about them. My great grandma, that's my grandma's mom, is the only one that I really remember. She died when I was 9, but the other ones died when I was a baby or a little bit before, so I didn't really know a lot about them. But they all lived in Germany their whole lives. They only speak German, so I remember when I was little and we would go over there and visit, and I couldn't really communicate with them. Um, so that's something that's kind of interesting. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember super well. But definitely that is a big part of my family. My grandpa's dad um, actually fought in World War II, but he was drafted by the Germans and actually escaped a couple times and eventually was rescued by the Americans. So, kind of a fun fact. But that's my mom's side. And then coming over to my dad's side up here, his name's Eric. He was born in Ohio, kind of has been all over the country. He's lived in like 10 different, mm, gosh, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think he's lived in like 10 different states or something like that. He's been all over. He is a home builder, has been since he graduated from Auburn. And that is where a ton of my family lives now on his side. They all live in Auburn or somewhere in Alabama, kind of around there. So I've grown up there a lot. We are always going to Auburn for football games and that kind of stuff. So that is something that was kind of interesting when I came to Georgia and I had to learn how to be a Georgia fan. But that's where my dad's side of the family is. So he is, I put on there, he's of European descent. Don't really know that well. He has some Irish, some Scottish, but it's really far back. It's nowhere near as close as it is on my mom's side of the family. So don't really know as well. But that's my dad. He just speaks English. And then his parents are Richard and Barbara. They were both born in Pennsylvania, grew up together, ended up getting married. My grandpa went to Penn State and he worked for U.S. Steel for a long time, so that was why they moved around so much. My grandma was a homemaker. They had 3 kids. She stayed home with them the whole time. They all live kind of close, one in Florida, and then my dad obviously here in Georgia, and then the other one's in Alabama. So we're all kind of still close to each other. So all real close to them. And yeah, so that's my grandparents on my dad's side. And then again, don't really know too much about their parents. My grandpa's dad also worked in US Steel, so they both did that. My grandpa's mom was a teacher, which I actually just found out, didn't know that. So kind of cool to have another one of those in the family. And then don't really know too much about my grandma's parents other than they were both born in Pennsylvania as well. So that is about as far back as I got. Talked to both my parents about it, and that was kind of as far as they knew. My mom actually called my grandma to get a few of the details that we didn't know. But anyways, that is my peeps.